Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I've got game 1 of a best of 3. It's from the Zotac Cup. It is between XMG's Monchi, the green Protoss player in the left position, and in the top position we have EmpireBeasty as the yellow Terran. And if I start shivering at any point and like you hear my jaw clattering, it is because here in England winter has definitely come. It's like literally in the last day or two. It's gone from being like, yeah, this is pretty good weather, to being like, seriously, like 3 layers cold. It's ridiculous. I'm wearing a jumper and a hoodie, and I'm considering putting on the dressing gown as well. It's that freezing. But let's talk about StarCraft, where I'm sure it is a lot warmer in this game. And, well, obviously, being a PvT, we've got kind of 3 main stages to this game. We've got the stage where gateway units are totally awesome. Then you get Stimpack out as a Terran, and basically you wreck gateway units with Marines and Marauders. Then it's up to the Protoss to get Colossus, and also High Templar with Storm, maybe Zealot Archon, those sort of things, try and do some damage. Now, I do have a gas coming down exceptionally early here for Beastie, so I'm interested to see how that's going to go down. Obviously, looking at Monchi's base, gonna just be probably a fairly standard expansion. Probably a gateway at 14 is the most likely thing we will see. So yeah, basically almost guaranteed what we'll see come down there. We do have that probe just coming to get some scouting off, making sure it knows exactly what's going down. Obviously, seeing the gas is a bit of a helpful hint that you're not going to get killed by anything too soon. Now, the kind of openings which you can expect from getting 1 gas is obviously a Reaper is possible, just purely due to the fact that you can jump up here and avoid the wall off, trying to do some damage. They are in the close positions, obviously. The barracks is coming down fairly soon as well, so that is one thing that we may see. Looking here, though, interestingly, Monchi not going for a gateway at all, because he scouted off, knows what's coming. He's going to go for a Nexus first, which is a really bold move, and that Nexus is going to be at 17, so really a bit later than you sometimes get. You can get it at 16 as well, but obviously looking here, everything going fairly standard right now. I'm interested to see how Monchi's going to be able to deal with this, because currently Beastie's in a position where it's really more of a 1-base play. That's what's really going on there. Obviously, no rush of an expansion. The factory now coming down, so it's not going to be a Reaper, which, of course, just gives you a bit of early harassment potential. More likely going to be, well, lots of different things it could be. Could see some Hellions come out, could see some Hellion drop play, but you tend to see if you're going to get Hellion drops, it to be proxy. I've seen Cass do that a couple of times, it's a really nice play. It actually positions everything down here. They are in close by ground positions. Literally just go barracks, factory, starport, and then literally just lift up elevator play those Hellions in, and wow, that is fun to watch, but horrible to play against. Anyway, there goes down the reactor on the barracks. Looking here, we've got the double gateway coming down. That's going to get into some better defensive positions, and well, everything's looking fine for the moment. The cyber core on its way down, only the 1 gas for the Protoss. A bunker on its way. That is basically not going to be able to come down, because obviously the SCV being forced back by the 2 probes. The Zealots on their way out as well. No chrono boost coming down on there, so clearly just feeling fairly safe. No urgent need to try and do anything too much. Now, here we've got the switch over. We've got the double Hellions on their way out. And, well, there we go. There's the starport. So, this should be a very, very interesting playstyle. It should really be quite difficult for Monchi to hold, because his cyber core heavily delayed due to the fact that he did go for that fast expansion, which currently, obviously, isn't actually doing that much. Now, this bunker is amazingly still trying to get up. There is that 1 Marine there, and I'm surprised that it hasn't been picked off previous to this, but of course with the double Stalker coming out, it won't be too much of a hassle. But now, of course, the bunker's finished. That Zealot's going to have to run away, and it's going to be a bit of a pain to deal with, to be honest. And this natural base, pretty much unusable for the moment. We've got the 2 Hellions on their way over, and this is great aggression out of Beastie at the moment, and really Monchi not in a position to defend it well, because he's got nothing on the field to defend it with. Those Hellions are going to be a bit of a pain. Obviously no wall off to the main, but with the 2 Stalkers out, they're not going to be able to do much. And to be honest, the fact that there isn't any more Marines coming over, that bunker with 1 Marine in it is just like, yeah, it's going to take forever to basically knock out that Nexus. So I'll just get up some more units and kind of leave it chilling there, because you don't want to lose stuff early on to trying to pick up the bunker. You don't want to really spread yourself too thin. As you can see here, these Hellions still just trying to be a little bit annoying, but the Stalkers may get a kill on it. That Hellion really lucky getting away with 10 HP there. We do have chrono boost coming out on more Stalkers. They're coming back, obviously a bit worried about any kind of drop tech that could be coming in, and of course we do have that queuing up. Now, interestingly, there is a reactor, tech lab rather, on that starport, so I'm a little bit confused as to why you go for a tech lab on there. The Banshee following it up, obviously. So, again, this is going to be a really aggressive play. And still on one base, and obviously monchi, if he does hold it, will be in a great spot. But here comes the medevac in. All the Stalkers are in the wrong position right now. Will this get noticed? Some Stalkers are there in the middle line, really ready to defend this. One Hellion goes down. The second Hellion needs to get focused. There's one on very, very low health there, as you can see. But a couple of probes are getting picked off. More Hellions going down though, and that is really putting an end to this pressure at the moment. Of course, the Banshee probably not going to have much more luck either. The Hellion does get lifted, but in terms of the losses, well, not much. Only 8 workers killed by Beasty in total, and that does of course mean the monchi only fractionally behind in terms of the worker count, and now chrono boosting our probes as well, so we'll catch up very, very quickly. But the important thing to think is that obviously these two players are splitting their workers equally, well, monchi is splitting it equally across 2 bases, whereas Beasty currently is having to do everything into 1 base. That Hellion getting repaired up, definitely the best thing to do. Always repair up your mech units, Terran players. It is just so, so critical. The Banshee coming in, they're walking straight in towards those Stalkers, because of course with that Observer there, everything getting revealed as it's going down. And I've got to say, monchi seems to be in an absolutely great place right now, getting up his 3rd gas there. We do now have those Stalkers really being quite aggressive, trying to really push back any sort of Banshee play. The single medevac coming over, but with nothing in it at the moment. That's going to be a bit of fame. We've got Marines getting picked off for free. This is just generally pretty good play overall. If we look at the loss tab, obviously now we're starting to see the Terran get further back, but those Stalkers do need to be a bit careful. There is that tank there as well, and with siege mode, you don't often see tanks in TVP, but obviously when they do come in, it's in this sort of kind of integration of a 1-1-1 build, which can be very, very strong. And obviously monchi, if he does defend it, will be in a great position, and as you can see here, he's got that Immortal Cloud. That's going to help deal with the tank incredibly well. There's a high Stalker number, the sentry count quite low. Walkway check is done, but the second Immortal now coming out basically means that this push is going to struggle to go through. It's complete all-in now by Beasty, bringing an awful lot of SCVs over just to repair up those tanks and also act as really a bit of a shield of the damage from the main army. But we've got here already great positioning from monchi, just spreading out those units really, really nicely. Getting more Zealots in there as well, and obviously the only concern is if the medevac drops units into the main, which we very well could see go down. We've got the tanks sieging up in a good position, but here we go, we've got the engagement coming in, and well, as you can see, one Banshee gets picked off very, very early on. Those Immortals doing good damage, but not very good against Marines at all. The Zealots have all been picked off now. That is very, very frustrating, because the Zealots are absolutely essential. 2 bunkers going down as well. This is a really, really nice play by Beasty actually, and now the 3rd Immortal is coming in. It's on the high ground. That is going to allow it to go and pick off those tanks very, very simply, and of course the tanks are the real threat in this engagement. The Immortal is trying to get focused down, but just with too much firepower, it looks like this push is getting absolutely crushed, and monchi holds very convincingly, and there's the, well, GG, because it was a 1 base all-in and it did not work. So guys, if you enjoyed that cast, then I will see you in a second at game 2 of this best of 3 series. See you then, bye for now.